In this video, I'm going to help you with the coupling base construction. Um, if you haven't done it already, you want to create a new project based on this part, and also use a standard inch.ipt part template, because this part is given in inches. The dimensions are given in inches. We don't see a metric symbol next to the part, nor do we see in the exercises for this chapter directions that this is a metric part. So we'll assume that it's in inches. Okay, so let's create a new 2D sketch, and I want to create this sketch on this plane. Remember, you always want to create your part so your finished product looks like it has the same orientation as what's shown in the text. And I want to start by creating the kind of oval shape, or it's a slot shape really, at the base of the part. So I want to start on this plane. I can select it here, or I can select the XZ plane under the origin folder in the model tree. Either way, however you select it, you'll get the same plane. Now when I click that, the navigation cube flipped upside down. Okay, I do want to sketch on the top plane. I just want to rotate it around like this, so top is written like you would normally see it. You really have to always be aware of where your navigation cube is, so you'll know where you are in space. Now I'm going to start off by using the slot tool. It's on the draw panel of the sketch tab, and I'm just going to start off drawing it up here, and I'm going to left click, and then after I'm going to pull my crosshairs to the right, and after I see the horizontal constraint near my crosshairs to let me know that this is a horizontal line, I want to left click again. And then finally, I'm still in the command, I'm going to pull out my crosshairs and then left click once more. Okay, so now I've created my slot. Now, it may be hard to see on the video, but there's a small dot at the middle of the slot. Okay, and I've mentioned previously that you should always try to incorporate the origin into your drawings, and there's a couple reasons for this. It helps you fully constrain your sketches, and later on you'll see that symmetry really plays a big deal on these part sketches. So let's go ahead and apply a coincident constraint between this dot and the origin, and now our slot, regardless of how we change the dimensions, will be centered around the origin. Okay, so let's place a dimension from here to here. Now this will be from the center of this arc to the center of this arc, and I'll just place it now and press the green check mark to place the dimension. And I'll place another one for the radius. Now this is fully constrained, even though we can't see it down here for some reason. Let's do something. It's not saying fully constrained. It's not telling us how many dimensions we have left. Let's select Finish Sketch, and then double click the sketch under the model tree. And okay, so now we can see fully constrained. I'm not sure why I couldn't see it here for a moment. So the sketch is fully constrained. The dimensions just need to be edited as shown in the text. So I'm going to let you do that on your own. I'm going to stop the video, and then I'm going to edit my dimensions, and I'll catch you in just a minute. I forgot to mention, this slot is actually for the outside edge of the base of the part. Okay, now I went ahead and edited my dimensions, and my dimensions are actually showing up as dimension names instead of values. So I want you to edit the dimensions on your own. So I actually obscured the actual values, so you could do that on your own. So after you've edited the dimensions as shown in the text, you can select Finish Sketch, and then you want to extrude this shape upward. Okay, now the thickness of this part, I will go ahead and type in 0.5 for the thickness. Okay, and I'm also going to go to the View tab and change my visual style to Shaded with Edges, so it's a little easier to see. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is let's create a new 2D sketch on this top surface. And what we're doing here is we're going to do the little cutout that you see. Now, just like before, we're going to use the slot tool. Okay, but now from the previous sketch, we have a couple of center points to work with. Okay, so I'm going to let the first the left side of the slot be centered here, and the right side be centered here, because um, they're concentric center points on each side. Okay, so then I'll just pull the slot out, and it's telling me I need one dimension, and the only dimension will be for the arc. Actually, before I do that though, let's go ahead and draw a couple of lines, and I'll just draw a line. And now your crosshair should kind of get near the line and want to snap. Okay, so once you kind of feel that little snap there, you can left click and then pull your line straight down. Notice the perpendicular constraint near my crosshairs, and I'm going to continue until I get to the edge, and I see the perpendicular constraint and it snaps to the edge. Okay, and I want to do another one over on this side. Do the same thing. You may want to check your geometric constraints. Okay, notice when I hover over the perpendicular, the lines are perpendicular to one another. Also, at the end points of the vertical line, you'll see the little gold box. That's the coincident constraint to let you know that the end points of the line are coincident with the other lines. For example, this vertical line lies on top, the end point of this vertical line lies on top of this horizontal line. The end point of this vertical line lies on the horizontal line here. Same thing with these. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my geometric constraints. You can hide and show those by pressing F8 and F9. And then let me trim this. Okay, and I will need to go from endpoint to endpoint. Okay, so I can have a closed region. Now it's telling me that I have 3 dimensions needed, okay, to fully constrain the sketch. So one that I know that I need is the radius dimension, so I'm going to place that and press the green check mark. Again, I'll let you edit the dimension on your own. Now it's telling me I need 2 dimensions. Alright, so one is the width from here to here. Again, I'll let you do that on your own. The second is actually we need to center the slot up. Okay, this portion in here we have the right size, but it's a little bit offset. See how it's a little bit shorter from here to here than it is from here to here? Okay, we need to center that. So one way to do that, and the book hasn't introduced this yet, but this is a nifty little tool. I can press on this line and then go to the origin, place another dimension. Okay, and what I'm going to do is you can see the edit dimension dialog box is up. I'm going to click on this dimension and then put divided by 2. So no matter what you make this dimension will always be half of this one, which in fact centers it up. Okay, so on your own, I'll let you edit the dimensions. The only one that you'll need to edit is this one and this one. Again, this one is a function of this one, so once you change the dimension here, this one will automatically be updated. So again, edit this dimension to what's shown in the book, and edit this dimension to what's shown in the book. And I'm going to do the same, and I'll be back with you in just a moment.